Hey guys, welcome to Kingdom Fishing TV. I'm James Hamby. Today I've got something special for you. Today we're going to be finding a winner to give away some lures. So before we move forward, I want you to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make sure to leave a comment. If you don't do all three, you can't be entered for the giveaway. Today we're going to be giving away 2 hard baits and 2 packs of soft baits, plus paying shipping for you. But first, let's jump into today's word of wisdom, 1 Corinthians 10 and 31. So whether you eat or drink or whatever you do, do it all for the glory of God. Guys, I've got a tournament coming up, and I'm going to win it for the glory of God. In Jesus' name. All right, to today's content, we are going to talk about my favorite fishing time of year, pre-spawn. Basket loaded up during pre-spawn. They're hot. They're ready to go. They're hungry. It's time. Prespawn starts in the water. Temperature reaches about 50 degrees, maybe 55. Currently, temperatures nationwide should be a little bit lower than that. Maybe Florida's staying in the mid 40s to mid 50s. But Alabama prespawn usually starts at the end of February to the middle of March, and that's what I'm counting on. And the 4 baits I'm going to be throwing all day, I'm about to show you, and I'm going to give 4 of them away. I've actually got 6 baits here to show you, but I've got some trailers for some jigs, so I'm going to be doing that. But first and foremost, I'm going to start out with a powerhouse. I'm going to find a rock wall or a ledge or something that goes down to between 6 and 10 feet, and I'm going to run any kind of red, very specifically red crankbait. I'm not sure which one this is. It's in my box. I've used it quite a bit and done well on it. So fish are going to attack this red color thinking it's a crawfish. I think this one has some knockers in it. Hear those knockers? If you're in a heavily pressured lake, it would actually benefit you to switch to a crankbait that does not have knockers inside of it. Silent crankbaits actually mimic real fish better. Real shad, real crawdads, when they're swimming, they don't make a lot of noise. So a silent crank, but when you're on a lake that doesn't have extreme pressure, some knockers inside would be good. This is my favorite bait in the world, bar none. That's a Bill Lewis rattle trap. This Bill Lewis rattle trap's gonna be a chrome blue back. I throw this 365 days a year, any season, any water condition, couple different colors, but this is my favorite. It doesn't matter whether you're throwing these on docks, on rocks, on open bottom, sandy, muddy. Kind of want to stay away from the weeds, kind of want to stay away from the brush, but I throw them in there anyways and do well. I lose a lot of these though. These hooks are crazy sharp straight out of the gate. Usually I'll throw on some eagle claw hooks when I get a new lure like this, but the Bill Lewis rattle trap, they have quality hooks in my personal opinion. I'm going to throw this literally any weather, any conditions, as long as it's not too windy to get some distance on it. It's a good little hunter. It covers a lot of water in a very short amount of time. Always sounds good. Lots of little rattle BBs in there. The biggest I've ever thrown was 1 ounce, and I did very well on it. Big baits catch big fish. On to today's giveaway lures. They catch big fish. You throw one of these, if something hits it, it's because it's hungry. First, this is the Strike King Hack Attack football head jig in, I think this is green pumpkin. And mated to it, I've got a chaser of a Yum Christy Craws in watermelon red. So these Christy Craws have little legs on them. I go ahead and I pick those off. It's just better for presentation. But it's got on the back, it's got these flippers here that as it's running through the water, these flippers are kicking and stirring up water. It's going to create a primary action of kicking up the water with these if you're dragging it at any type of speed. And with the floaters here, it's going to cause them to puff up. It's going to make it look like a more realistic action. It's called secondary action. What those fish will do is they'll swim up and they'll look at it. But what they'll do is if you hop it, usually they'll bite it on that hop. Now you can also use a swim jig head with the same trailer and it'll work exceptionally well. I would throw this specific one around rocks and laydowns, but if you were to be fishing docks or a marina, maybe a swim jig would do better, maybe not. This skips really well. You can get it way up in the docks with no problems. But I'm going to be giving away the Strike King Hack Attack in green pumpkin with a pack of Yum Christy Craws in watermelon red, along with one more set, a Z-Man original chatterbait. I'm going to throw this around docks, rocks, logs, whatever. The one difference that I have to say to be careful of is how this has the weedless head. The Z-Man chatterbait does not have weedless head. So if you're throwing it around logs and laydowns, you have to be exceptionally careful. This perfect, beautiful red gets a lot of big bass. And I've got it paired with the Berkeley Powerbait Pit Boss in watermelon red. So the difference is I think that Berkeley puts a lot more red flake in their lures than Yum does, but where the Christy Craw has the little swimmers on the back, the Powerbait Pit Boss does not. This just has these little legs, which will still cause a lot of water fluctuation as you pull it, but this is to be fished sort of like a crankbait. And instead of having these little dingles on the back cause the motion, this is what's going to cause the motion and vibration as you pull it, and the Pit Boss just gives an excellent presentation of a larger meal. All of these are going to be thrown when you're looking for bigger fish. You'll catch some small ones on this too, but I've seen exceptional performance out of this specific combination. So just to recap, today I'm going to be giving away the Strike King Hack Attack football head jig in a green pumpkin craw with the Yum Christy Craw in watermelon red and the Z-Man chatterbait in red with the Powerbait Pit Boss in watermelon red. All you have to do is like the video, subscribe to my page, turn on that notification bell, and leave a comment for what your favorite pre-spawn and even spawn baits are. Because as we're getting ready to go into the warmer months, a lot of people are going to be fishing different temperatures throughout the nation. I want to make sure that I cover enough for everybody to have the opportunity to get it, because one day they're in pre-spawn, the next day they could be in spawn. They've gone from 10 to 6 foot up into 4 to 2 foot, and it's literally an overnight transition sometimes. So guys, whether you're throwing the crankbaits down the rocks, the chatterbaits down the rocks, or you're flipping and pitching docks with your jigs, or running open water with your Bill Lewis rattle trap, just remember, pre-spawn equals big fish. Lots of opportunity. They'll bite pretty much anything you put in the water, but if you're really chasing the trophies like I am, these are the 4 that are going to get you the win. Until next time, I'm James Hamby, and thanks for watching Kingdom Fishing TV.